Okay. This time, we're not back attacked. We're not ambushed.
We're recording. Hi, take two.
And yeah, we're gonna.
This colorful new Zandy. The Zandy clone comes in 4 different models. This one has. Are those mint green pants, right?
Mint green for sure.
That's
gold torso with red cape and more mint green parts.
Now, most people don't know that part of the reason you're paying so much for the Zandy clone
is his disposability.
Well, it's quite fragile, really. To stitch the mint into those pants, it's quite difficult.
Nothing I love more than minty pants.
Well, they smell delightful before you wear them.
Alright. Getting to the point where we almost have immunity team.
Yay, I know. So many ribbons. Ribbons for days. I love that snake.
Jormungand.
I mean, he's Oceanos' brother over there.
Yeah, maybe his older brother. What do you think? Do they turn a ripe red as they...
He's sort of the world serpent.
Orange.
That's the whole world, not just the ocean. What? In his hands.
In
his hands. Yeah.
Hans.
It's with Hans. His makeup.
Wait, what? I can't go up.
I've got the whole world in my hams.
Tell me more about your hams.
Ooh, are you sure you want to know?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, my hams are plentiful.
Do you have moons over your hammies?
Did you know that was like a weird thing between Chrissy and me? Like, because we some of the first times we hung out was at Denny's. We bonded over moons over my hammy.
I don't think I've ever actually eaten moons over my hammy.
I don't think we ever ate it either.
Oh.
We thought the name was cute.
It is the funniest name for a breakfast platter of all time, I think. I don't know, it's up there.
It's cute, right?
Give me, those of you playing along at home, give me some funny breakfast platter names. Give them to me.
Egg Snooky.
What?
That was a hypothetical. Like it could be a breakfast. The Egg Snooky? That sounds terrible. What? That's not a good suggestion
it's
at
like
all.
covered in glitter. Do you even know who Snooki is? Okay, I'm just checking.
I didn't mean it to refer to her.
Sometimes I don't know which part of garbage pop culture you know, and which one I know.
I got the internet, you know, the filtered down versions. Right. I know of Snooki.
You're aware of Snooki.
I know the one that there's Jay Wow. The situation, right?
Yeah.
That's all I know.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
I got there.
That's about what I know, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever actually watched that show.
Pam cake. It's special breakfast special for Pams. It's 2 Pam cakes.
Moons over my panty. It's funny because it doesn't work.
Pap cake sounds gross.
That's disgusting.
I was thinking like Pappy, like it's like you bring your Pappy in for breakfast, but it had kind of a.
Did you ever refer to your grandparents as Pappy?
No, but you got to come up with alliteration to draw the customers in. We've been over this.
I just wondered if that was.
No, we never did.
Something in a personal context.
All of the ones that I'm thinking of are just really unpalatable.
As usual, when you try to make food alliterative, it doesn't always make an appetizing dish.
We'll cater to the business market. Coffee and pancakes. Okay, breakfast, we cater in your meeting, your planning, your boardroom. Right?
Right.
Next, like, corporate wave, you know?
Yeah.
You can taste the music and profits.
Oh. Painful.
Sick, nasty music. In the cakes? In the whipped cream? Music cream?
Music cream.
I don't know really.
It's just served on legal pads.
Ooh. No, it's served on like printed out Excel spreadsheets.
Yeah, pie charts.
Oh, that's perfect. Truth. This dark world, right? It just saps your verbality.
It's true.
Your verbalism.
Partially because the encounter rate is so fucking high.
And it's just ninjas.
It's just ninjas.
all the time.
Ninjas and worms.
But look at the back. It looks like some sort of weird, creepy Freddy Krueger type skin, but made of crystal.
It makes me think of like, this is some weird fourth dimension physics type thing where
Non-Euclidean geom.
you can sort of reach partway through the walls and stuff.
Ooh, maybe they're shifting. They're living walls. They don't obey the world of...
Hey, do you remember the art of the magic card Living Wall?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna put it in the description.
Yeah, totally. Hey, it's the Windark Crystal.
Alright, 1 second. Okay.
Here we are.
Ooh, they move differently.
Ooh. The flood of darkness cannot be stopped. You fools shall die here. That's my wind crystal. Oh,
It's a Cerberus.
excuse me. Oh, he's so tiny. Wait, this isn't even a different boss.
Yeah,
it's
this
just a palette swap of Garm.
And I think Garm was a palette swap of something else before.
Maybe he was a palette swap of Fenrir.
Maybe. I don't really remember. No, this is not as exciting.
Oh, that's bad.
It's actually really not that bad. Compared to Quake or Meteo, it's totally doable.
I have a secret for you also. He doesn't have as many hit points as Echidna.
Oh, so was Echidna like the hard one? Did we start with the hard one?
I don't know. I didn't look at the others yet because I didn't want to spoil the sprites for myself.
Okay. Good thought.
Good
Good plan.
I gotta get him first raw from the game.
Yeah.
I'm very serious about that.
I am too, actually.
I didn't look at the one for Cerberus either. I just looked at his hips.
That's why, like, when people, like, give us a hint for an upcoming boss sometimes, like, I don't actually mind it as much as if they tell us what the boss is. Like, that sucks. Don't do
Yeah, totally.
Although I don't think people have actually done that. I'm just, like, sort of warning against the thing that I don't want to have happen.
Yeah. And
Especially for these games that we haven't played or haven't plumbed the depths
yeah,
of.
totally. Whoa, that's a lot of damage.
A lot of damage.
Well, damage, you know? Omelette du damage.
Omelette du fromage.
Du damage.
What is that even from?
Dexter's Lab.
Alright. I don't know why. Why is that the French?
No, that's because that's all he says in that episode.
Okay, I don't remember.
Omelette du fromage.
Why does he say that?
I think he's learning French, but I can't remember. It's a very weird, absurdist thing. And look, Cerberus just went down beneath our blades, Ryan!
Our blades and our summons.
I'm
No problem.
ready to meet a new friend.
New buddy pal?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to wait, because I want to heal first.
The
just in
Dork
case.
Warriors.
Look, it's the Dork Wars.
Hey, Dork Warrior!
Man, these light warriors sure are bullies.
oh my god. Whoa, these guys look so... Oh, they're devil. Look, wait, are they devils or wearing armor?
I think they have, like, Genji armor. Light and dark, two worlds that pull at each other. And when those two worlds mix into one, a world of void will be born. The light is losing its power, and the dark is pushing it aside. This is the flood of darkness. The only ones who can prevent this are you, the Light Warriors. Now I shall lend you my power. The world must not return to the void. There we go.
Bye.
Dark Warriors have a vested interest here.
The narrative seems slightly different in each case. In one, if the balance is shifted at all, it's still the dark cloud that comes out. It's not the light cloud, say, if the light is... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dark cloud must just symbolize the void, whereas the dark is just the substantive opposite of the light.
Right, yeah. That's the thing, is that it's like hard to represent void when you're talking about a polar opposite. Like when you're talking about if the two poles are light and dark.
Right.
I guess the thing maybe outside of that entire spectra is void, the absence of both or something.
Right.
I don't even know.
Yeah, void seems like a pretty good expression. Though the dark world does seem rather small. But I suppose it can be forgiven. Maybe it does operate in a non-Euclidean space.
Honestly, I'm just glad that the Dark World didn't end up being like a whole nother continent and a whole bunch more shit to do. Like, I'm pretty ready for the game to be done.
If they paced the game differently, they could have probably done that. Mm-hmm. I know of one of the games where they do something like that. Oh my gosh, which one could it be? I don't know. I do, actually.
I don't know. You have a Starbucks mug?
Yeah.
When did that happen?
I don't know. It's Chrissy's.
Okay.
North Carolina.
Oh, that's the one I gave, I think.
Oh, you guys
Linda.
gave it to us? Wait.
I think I gave it to Linda.
Maybe we bought it because we like this cute bird in the crown.
Oh, that is pretty cute.
Right? Yeah. I started buying Chrissy mugs. How lame is it? I think it's cute. We started buying mugs whenever we go to a different state. So I've gotten her mugs from California and wherever we went the other time.
I mean, it's classier than shot glasses.
Ohio. Yeah.
Now all of our fans that have shot glass collections from different states are going to be like, those fuckers. Those fucking assholes.
Wow.
Smarmy douchebags.
Whoa, such verbosity.
That's what they call us.
Crushing us.
That's what they call us.
Smarmy douchebags?
In the secret comment section, where we can't read it, where they talk privately amongst themselves, they call us smarmy douchebags.
Wow. I don't like that.
It's true. That's what they do.
I also agree. I'm looking at the thread. I love the idea that the super powerful wizard people are actual horrible abominations, said Gino Cyber. And I agree with Zandy Unan. Though, as I said before, Zandy's kind of like the most human of them all.
Yeah.
It's very
He's just a genie sort of thing.
Oh, there was something I wanted to say, because people were saying something.
People were talking mad shit. We gotta set it straight.
What shit were they talking?
They weren't. I'm just...
Oh, I was like, wait, what? Was it about Final Fantasy IV? People not liking Final Fantasy IV?
Yeah, there were a couple of people who said that they didn't like...
Oh, yeah, because that's what I wanted to mention. Because Final Fantasy IV, it's a debate. I think Final Fantasy VII is my favorite, because I'm one of those people. But
You're one of those.
But Final Fantasy IV is like is tied with it. Like, I love Final Fantasy IV, so I do not understand the hate for Final Fantasy IV.
I feel like we have to play the translation you grew up with.
I think we need to play the SNES version.
Because...
I mean, it would have been the version that would have been chronologically available for most contemporary players.
I think it would be weird for you to play a different one.
I mean, I've played it in a number of incarnations. So I've played the GBA port, and I can't remember if it's on. I don't think it's.
But it
on
won't have the translation goofiness that you're accustomed to.
It's the Ted Woolley translation. He did all the ones with Nintendo. Like, it just has this particular flavor. Like, I feel like it's kind of akin to watching... Well, here's my example. Growing up watching some of the old anime on, like, Toonami, like the original dubs of Dragon Ball Z or Sailor Moon, they weren't really good dubs in the sense of... I mean, like, a lot of the things were really cartoonish, like, over-the-topness, partially because they were being done by, like... small groups, because it wasn't really popular then. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't have a lot of money to throw at it.
Right.
For localization. But they had very strong characters. Like, when the recent re-release of the Sailor Moon stuff, they did a new dub in English, but it doesn't have the same personality, despite being more accurate and including more material. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, but I feel like the Ted Woolley translations for Final Fantasy are similar, because they would do things like, they would assume that if you're watching Sailor Moon, like, and she's eating, like, onigiri or something like that, like, people in America aren't going to know what that is. So, there's this one scene that's really famous where she, like, Usagi's, like, eating a ton of these things, and it's actually just like rice balls, but in each of the different localizations, it changes it to some other food. So she's just, like, in, like, English, she's eating donuts, but in like, German, she's eating, like, hamburgers, so it's just, like, putting away hamburgers, but, like, and when you're watching it that it's, I don't know, that it's kind of ridiculous, but it's part of the flavor of that particular adaptation that you lose if you try to go with the remakes.
Yeah.
That's my
I think we'll do it the way that you grew up with it. I don't really care about the difficulty aspect. It's really not what we're not playing these games for the challenge, guys. I don't know if you realize. Like, the challenge of playing all of them, sure, but not the challenge of each one's, like, difficulty.
I feel like it's more of a little bit of a historical tourism through the series.
Yeah, and it's a marathon, it's...
Right.
We go and play them all, but not necessarily play all of them on the hardest possible build.
If I can speak for us, I kind of feel like part of what's interesting to this is to trace the development of the games, both thematically and mechanically, but that doesn't necessarily entail fully mastering, exploring every aspect of each of the games. We want to get a strong... part of the reason we'd want to play them all in their entirety rather than just like dabble in them to do that is because we want to get a full sense of what it's like to have played them. You know what I mean? But it doesn't necessarily... I think for our purposes, a playthrough doesn't necessarily mean like dominating the game or something.
Yeah, and it's in the out. You know, we're not going to play each game 100%. It's just true.
Yeah, I just think the appeal's a little. That's not quite the appeal for this particular playthrough. Because certainly we both played some of the Final Fantasies like that before. Like I'm pretty sure you've done like.
I've done some really dumb stuff in some of the Final Fantasies that I've played.
Yeah, and
like doing ultimate weapons in 10.
Yeah, absolutely.
Doing ultimate weapons in 13, which is fucking ridiculous. Yeah. 100%ing 13-2. Twice. Like,
so it's not like we're not interested in that. But,
yeah, but I mean, I am a completionist at heart, so I struggle every time with trying to make these videos efficient. But part of it is just for 90% of people or higher, it's really just not that interesting to watch us like be perfect completionists about everything. So
yeah,
and play things if there's a harder setting to play it on the harder setting. I don't know that it's always entertaining, and it certainly makes it harder for us. Not just in gameplay, but in terms of the process of making videos is harder when I have to go back and redo stuff and all that shit. And I already don't have a ton of time, although that's going to change a little bit. But
yeah.
Anyway,
I think we're just taking a broader view.
Yes, I agree. But
it's been a lot of fun. And 4, I'm really excited about. I think part of the other reason that it'll be interesting to play it on the SNES version as Final Fantasy II, that's the way I originally encountered it, and that was kind of honestly my entry into the series. So I have replayed it since, so I do I've had the more recent experience. That's not all nostalgia, but it definitely has that kind of place for me because it was the one that introduced it to me. And I didn't even own it actually. It was just a friend of mine. Like this younger friend whose dad had it actually.
Oh, really?
But I remember like booting it up every now and then because when you're a kid you don't really have the sense, like just loading up one of his save files. And he was just in one of the later dungeons, like it's like this massive techno dungeon and the sprites are insane. Like I just remember being so captivated by that. So that's like my anchor memory, you know what I mean? Plus it's the first one that really turns it into kind of the micro opera that the series is known for.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that aspect for sure. Looking forward to reading dialogue and all that stuff. But before we go on any further, one moment.
In the box.
There's a monster in that box.
Who's in the box, Ryan?
He ambushed us.
Oh, he's gonna meet yo.
I hope he's not gonna meet yo.
He is librid. Wait, does that not always precede his medios?
Sometimes. I doubt Westwind does anything.
Try it out.
Alright.
You only live once.
No.
Or multiple times.
We live forever.
As our bodies are resuscitated by machines. Oh!
They save our state.
Whoa.
Oh, excuse me.
They defeat time for us. Oh, it didn't.
Ineffective.
Well, hot butts.
Well, alright.
Well, alright. Bahamut kind of took him down.
Bahamut definitely did more damage than usual there. But
well, good.
This
is Bahamut's time.
Showing us he's serious about helping us. Alright, you have a ribbon.
Yay, ribbons for all.
You have a ribbon. You have a ribbon. And I assume ribbon's better than Genji.
Oh, I would imagine so, but
just because it gives you pure immunity. I think that Genji armor altogether does the same thing, but
that's okay.
Whatever.
It's nice to have a little ribbon on its head.
Yeah, I think that's like the normal ninja thing.
I was thinking like ribbon. A bow. It's Quisquilla.
Quisquilla.
Our good friend Quisquilla.
I have so many casts of things. I'm just gonna like do some things.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Right?
I mean, we have elixirs and spells and.
I feel like we're actually pretty well equipped, even though we're a little low level. Like the guide that we've been following for level recommendations says like 55 around here, but
yikes.
We're gonna get there. Like we're at 50 now, I think. Maybe edging into 51.
I think we'll be at the low end. Yeah.
It did say it was possible to do it from 48 to 50. It's just more comfortable to do it at 55.
Yeah, that seems fair. But I don't think we really must.
I could have just shortcutted this the whole time.
Oi.
Oi.
Should have mentioned oi.
Well, I'm not for the way back.
And the Wayback Machine.
Shaking that mic.
Sorry, I have bouncy legs.
Why?
What?
Why?
I don't know.
Are they made of rubber?
Yeah, maybe.
You should see a doctor. I sold a car to a doctor today.
Oh, well, awesome. Congratulations.
He's a physician. It's one of those weird situations. The dude makes over $300,000 a year. His credit was terrible.
Really?
Yeah.
How?
I don't know. I mean, part of the thing is that credit is you build it when you make payments on loans. And if you make so much money that you don't ever need to take out a loan, it really doesn't. You don't build credit. And so whatever mistakes you made when you were a kid just stay there, and you don't get improvements.
I have no idea.
For most of us who make normal amounts of money, we have to take loans out for basically any major purchase, and so we build credit.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I have no idea. This is such an adult conversation. I don't know what my credit score is.
All day, every day for me is fucking adult conversations.
Ugh.
It's the worst.
Yeah, oh my. Such adulting. And here we are, though.
Sometime you need to have an adult conversation about your car.
I'm gonna drive it till it breaks.
Yeah, we're there.
It's not broken.
Mm-hmm.
It still moves. It's only got. I mean, it has like 75,000 miles on it, which is a lot, but it's not. That's not death. No, really.
I mean, we traded Tracy's. We're selling it at 85,000.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to deal with the bullshit of repairs.
Yeah, I understand.
What is yours again?
A Hyundai Accent. 2009.
That's right. Yeah, hers is a 2009 as well.
Yeah.
You're getting to the point, my good friend. I will help you shop.
Yeah.
I now know more about car buying and selling than I ever would have.
Totally. Well, I appreciate that offer.
Yeah.
I
think buying cars is a very opaque process for a lot of people, and so it makes them nervous. And you need to have an advocate. Oh, there was another shortcut right there. Shit, I should have taken that.
There's so many shortcuts. And where are those stairs going exactly?
They're going to the next crystal.
Oh, they're all in sequence?
No, we keep going back to a sort of hub.
Oh, that's what I thought. But I'm just confused. I think it's very maze-like, and I wasn't sure where we were going. So.
We're off on a spoke, going to another
That's
crystal.
what I thought. That was my understanding, but I thought there was like an entrance that we came in at the anyway. Doesn't matter. You're driving. You got it.
The entrance we came from is in the lower left corner of the
holding
map.
AK loaded as I swallowed by the city lights.
What?
I've been listening to a lot of DJ Screw lately.
Okay. I don't know this DJ Screw.
It's like he's like one of the guys who did Chopped and Screwed. Like
I don't know this Mr. Screw.
Mr. Screw. Donald James Screw.
It's the Fire Dart Crystal.
How did we get to another crystal already? I'm losing my mind over here. I don't know what's happening.
We're just making quick progress.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing.
That's the whole thing.
It's kind of the whole thing.
Oh yeah, I mean, sure.
Alright, I'm going to save state out here as well.
Okay.